Hey, folks, good to see you. Come on in. The water's fine. It's week 15, the crystal anniversary for 2023's Buzzword pop culture and sports competition. Got 10 questions of pop culture, 10 questions of sports. You know the deal. Let's just get in on it.
A hotel in this state created a turkey and bacon sandwich covered in Mornay.
Uh, that's Kentucky. Yeah, it's the hot brown. The hot brown. Pretty sure it's called the hot brown. Yeah, it's basically a very fancy, open faced turkey sandwich. One question in, and I'm already getting hungry. That was a good buzz. It's a good start. Good start.
One of this show's hosts pretended to be Old Man Periwinkle.
Oh, that sounds
Introduction of the
familiar.
Star Wheel caused Richard Dawson to leave this show, whose regulars included Brett Summers. Alec Baldwin hosted it.
Game. Yeah, got some Charles Nelson Riley in there. The match game. The possibly the dirtiest game show in American history. Oh yeah, Alec Baldwin did that. I didn't watch any of that. But you got some Charles Nelson Riley, the original.
In a 2021 film, this actress played a former trucking manager who has hitmen kill her rich husband, Maurizio. With Blood Pop, this woman created the song Hold My Hand for
Okay. They're talking about House of Gucci, uh, for that 2021 film. I didn't realize she was a trucking magnate. Calling in the hitmen made sense. And hold my hand, hold your hand, whatever it is. That was for Top Gun Maverick. Second Oscar nomination. She won for Shallows. Star is Born. Specific term. This is probably the video.
A person referred to by this term is snappin', according to the
Oh, it's
subtitle of
music.
T-Pain's Buy You a Drank. Ayaz's
Snap.
song Replay says that one of these people is like a melody in.
Oh, I went in too early, but I think it might be DJ. Shoddy. Okay. Maybe I would have. I don't know what the giveaway for Shorty would be. So that may have been the right time to buzz. He didn't actually say pawn to replay. I don't think he's actually saying. They talk about there's a DJ in that song that I misheard. What's the giveaway for Shorty? I'm gonna look that up. Full title. Now it's probably
In this game, Jacques Offenbach's Can plays when the hero becomes invincible. Its main villain, who uses the robot Pagosu to invade the kingdom of Sarasa Land, is the mysterious spaceman Tatanga. Princess Daisy debuted in for 10 points.
Oh
What Game Boy launch title that stars a certain plumber?
yeah, it's for Mario. I just I think it's Super Mario World. Super Mario Land. Yeah, Super Mario World. I got that confused with the SNES. Yeah, it's Super Mario Land. And this whole season is just showing off my weakness to Nintendo video games. There's other companies, Buzzword, you can ask about them.
A character in this film tries to hide his past as the revolting Blob, a masked wrestler. Its protagonist is awarded no points and is told, may God.
That's right. Happy Gilmore is the golf. Billy Madison's the guy who goes back to school. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. I watched Happy Gilmore a lot more than I watched Billy Madison. Billy Madison is I guess there's plenty of stuff from Happy Gilmore that's been memed, but I award you no points. I feel like that's been in vogue recently.
A minor hit by this band provides advice what to do if you're lost and alone or you're sinking like a stone. That song, Carry On, features a guitar solo by Jack Antonoff, who formed this band with Nate Roos. For 10 points,
Should know
what
enough of
pop band's
Jack
album
Antonoff.
Some Nights spawned the...
Yeah, I put the correct punctuation in too. I did it exactly right. Capitalization's the same. You know, fun. Some nights is a good. I don't have much else to say about fun, other than having fun playing Buzzword.
This character fights a robed ape-like being in an iconic 1960s cover created by Frank Frazetta. In the 23rd issue of his comic, he teams with a fellow Hyborian hero named Red Sonja.
Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, with Frank Frazetta, I knew it was some sort of. He's famous for the muscle guy with usually with a fair maiden wrapped around his leg. That oddly, this first Star Wars, the first Star Wars poster kind of replicated that. Luke and Leia has implications, weird implications.
This retailer originally operated the now independent store Aeropostale.
Oh.
In 2022, this company began exclusively operating Toys R Us sections in its stores. The one-day sale is a recurring promotion by, for 10 points, what department store chain that sponsors Manhattan's Thanksgiving Day?
They took over Toys R Us? I didn't realize that. Huh. Good to see Jeffrey the giraffe got a home.
This character asks if an ancient Christian who ate a lion would go on to the next round. Charlie Brooker's Weekly Wipe introduced this character, who consults expertists. Netflix streams a show starring Diane Morgan as, for 10 points, what dim-witted British interviewer who ponders life on Earth?
Punk, yep. I just have to. I remember. I remember that because it's very close and I'm sure purposeful to a quite obscene slur. I'm sure they did that on purpose. I didn't realize the Black Mirror guy was involved. I mean, it makes sense, but yeah. Man, I gotta stop dropping video game questions. But they keep asking about Nintendo stuff, and Nintendo's fine and all, but there's. In fact, I think the only video game questions I've got wrong have been Nintendo. I'll have to check that. Anyway, a fine round pop culture buzzword. Maybe could have best buzz on that hot brown Kentucky one. I guess we'll find out. Hey, after further review, they did not say Pawn to Replay. They were talking about some other song called Replay. And the giveaway for Shorty was slang word for a cute girl. I probably would have got, I don't know, hard to tell. Anyway, if you're enjoying the video, why don't you do me a favor? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, let other people know about the channel. And if Buzzword seems like a cool thing to do, you can play it yourself by going to anaqt.com/buzzword. Okay, sports time.
In 2022, this man hit for the cycle for the third time, all of which have come against the Reds. Before a 2018 trade, he formed an outfield with Marcell Ozuna and Giancarlo Stanton. For 10 points, in 2018, what outfielder won NL MVP after an off-season trade from the Marlins to the Brewers?
Oh, Yelich. Yeah, that was. I mean, I had Christian Yelich on my fantasy team a long time. He's kind of fallen off lately, which is why I was a little surprised to have a question about him now when he's getting into the twilight of his career. Yeah, Ozuna and Stanton. That was when they were with the Marlins.
This head coach introduced the idea of using a small forward as a point forward while coaching Paul Pressey. This coach of the Run TMC lineup developed the Hack-a-Shack strategy while leading the
Oh,
Mavs. For 10
did
points in 2022, what former Warriors coach was passed by Greg Popovich for most NBA wins?
Oh man, that's something I should know. A name down. Don Nelson. Yep, that's a name I know, but couldn't couldn't pull. My basketball weakness is apparent.
In 2018, this team released a kicker who missed 3 field goals in the first 2 games, named Zane Gonzalez.
Uh,
After Tyrod Taylor was injured early in 2018, this team started a quarterback who threw a then record 27 touchdown passes as a rookie. For 10 points, what team drafted Baker Mayfield?
Dude, Browns? Browns. Yeah. So far it's just been I like Don Nelson still a superstar, but basically questions about players who are fading, if not faded.
From 2005 to 2019, this country played in every world title game for the sport of bandy. In 2022, the
Oh,
International Judo Federation retracted an honorary presidency given to this country's leader.
Russia. Putin's big into judo, but judo isn't big into Putin.
This team won a game featuring Brian Moore's call, "It's up for grabs now," on a Michael Thomas goal. That 1989 game in which this team beat Liverpool was chronicled
Oh,
in Nick Hornby's book Fever Pitch.
oh,
Tony Adams and
think I think Fever Pitch. He was a Man U fan. That was art. Uh, pick the wrong one. Remembered that wrong. Fever Pitch is Arsenal.
This man's 415-foot drive was caught by Al Gianfriddo in Game 6 of the 1947 World Series.
Oh,
In
not golf.
1935, this man was the Pacific Coast League MVP with his hometown San Francisco Seals.
Uh,
MLB center fielders Vince and Dom were brothers of, for 10 points,
just,
what Yankee Clipper, who had a 50
oh, uh, yeah. He's the Yankee Clipper. I always because because of the movie The Other Guys, I always associate the Yankee Clipper with Derek Jeter, since Mark Wahlberg's character in that movie shot Derek Jeter, and then they started calling Mark Wahlberg's character the Yankee Clipper because he shot Derek Jeter in the leg. It took me a second. I buzzed on Jeter did not fit any of the other things. I had to stop myself and remember. Joe DiMaggio is the actual Yankee Clipper.
Due to an infection caused by turf burn, this rookie was benched at times for Craig Wheelahan by coach Kevin Gilbride. This man, the only Heisman finalist ever from Washington State, was drafted just after Peyton Manning. In 1998, the Chargers drafted, for 10
Boy, there's a theme in this sports round. Busts and fading stars. Quarterbacks who didn't work out. That's the theme.
A racer with this surname is the namesake of a team that received a record NASCAR fine based on its driver Clint Boyer's actions in Spingate. A broadcaster with this surname always shouted
Eddie, isn't it? Waltrip. Yeah, it's Daryl Waltrip. Yeah. I think there's already been a question about Eddies, so there wouldn't be another one. Oh well.
This player reportedly left his first team at the behest of his uncle, Dennis Robertson. In 2018, he played in only 9 games after he was injured in the previous playoffs by Zaza Pachulia. For 10 points, what forward's contentious split with the Spurs?
Oh, with the Spurs, that's Leonard. I was buzzing on Ben Simmons on contentious split, but luckily I got to the Spurs part. Save that one. Worked out for Kawhi. He went and won a ring with the Raptors.
This head coach's lunch pail AC went to 2 finals after trading Phil Esposito. After this man ranted about immigrants not wearing Remembrance Day poppies in 2019, he was fired by Sportsnet. For 10 points,
Don Cherry. One of those broadcasters that was just like always around. But he really, I guess they were waiting for a reason to fire him, and then he gave him one. 2 hockey questions. Right? There's 2 hockey questions? Maybe I'm just out of it. Anyway, that was a thoroughly enjoyable week of Buzzword. If not very successful, still thoroughly enjoyable. I hope you enjoyed it as well. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.